They told you the immigration system was broken. It's not broken. It's working exactly as designed, as a surveillance machine, not to stop illegal entry, not to protect the border. They don't care about illegal immigration, not the Democrats, not the Republicans, not even MAGA. The truth is, the immigration system was never built to stop people from coming in. It was built to track everyone already here. For the past 2 decades, the Department of Homeland Security has justified a massive expansion of federal surveillance on the grounds of protecting the border. But piece by piece, the systems built for immigration enforcement have morphed into full-scale domestic monitoring tools, tracking your movements, your finances, your communications, and your face. This isn't a policy failure. It's a data infrastructure functioning exactly as designed. Let's start with what was sold as a tool for targeting illegal immigration. It's called Falcon. This is ICE's investigative database built by Palantir. Falcon isn't an acronym. It's the name given to a customized version of Palantir's Gotham software, tailored specifically for U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement under the Homeland Security Investigations Division. Despite the all-caps styling, Falcon doesn't stand for anything. It's just a name. Palantir Gotham is a data integration and analysis platform developed by Palantir Technologies, primarily for government agencies in defense, intelligence, and law enforcement sectors. It consolidates vast amounts of structured and unstructured data from various sources, such as satellite imagery, social media, and internal databases, into a unified interface, enabling users to identify patterns, track activities, and make informed decisions. Fun fact, real-life falcons are birds known for their speed, precision, and hunting prowess. Blistering speed, surgical instincts, razor-sharp vision, a varied diet, and global reach. Coincidentally, falcons play a vital role in Israel's ecosystems, controlling populations of smaller birds and rodents. If they are the falcon, we're obviously not the predators. We're the smaller birds, the rodents, the ones being tracked. The digital falcon was contracted to track undocumented migrants. Falcon links criminal records, utility data, social media, and location history into one searchable platform, but it doesn't stop at immigration. In 2017, ICE used Palantir's software to arrest over 400 people, not just migrants, but U.S. citizens and legal sponsors, including family members of migrant children. That's not a glitch. That's the design. You don't need to commit the crime. Just know someone who did or someone who might. Congratulations. You've been networked. AFI stands for Analytical Framework for Intelligence and is a government tool that digs through a mountain of data to flag potential security risks. Guess who it runs on? Wait for it. Palantir wins again. Palantir's tech sits inside Customs and Border Protection. On paper, it's a way to assess risk at the border. In practice, it continuously copies government databases, travel records, benefit applications, historical immigration logs, and makes them available to nearly every DHS sub-agency. Internal documents show the system was so expansive that agents were warned not to misuse it by looking up their neighbors, celebrities, or themselves. They didn't say not to because it was wrong. They said it because it was possible. Good news, if you've never Googled yourself, don't worry. The government already did it for you. Then there's HART, the Homeland Advanced Recognition Technology Database. DHS says it's for managing immigrant biometrics. But GAO reports confirm it includes U.S. citizens' fingerprints, facial scans, and voice data. The Government Accountability Office, GAO, is supposedly an independent, nonpartisan agency that works for the U.S. Congress. They said the Homeland Advanced Recognition Technology Database connects to more than 140 federal, state, and local agencies. There are no clear limits on who gets pulled in, how long the data is kept, or what it can be used for. You don't need to opt in. You just need to exist. It's not a border database. It's a people database. They used to say your body is your temple. Now it's just a login credential. E-Verify was pitched as a way to check immigration status during hiring. But it's already integrating driver's license photos, and Senate proposals have called for biometric enhancements. If passed, this would quietly create a national ID system, and every working American would be logged in it. Not enrolled, not approved, just logged permanently. Fill out a job application, scan your face, and smile for the future. Your boss isn't the only one watching. The spillover isn't theoretical. At the border, CBP agents seize phones and laptops, even from American citizens. They store the data, texts, emails, contacts in a searchable DHS database for 15 years. Over 10,000 devices a year are pulled in, and over 2,700 DHS agents can access the contents with no warrant. Somewhere in that database, there's a backup of a conversation you don't remember having. It's okay if you forgot. DHS didn't. ICE also tracks financial transfers, not just across borders, but within them. Through a secretive database called Track, ICE has logged over 150 million domestic money transfers from Americans. No court order, no disclosure. Hundreds of agencies can access it. It doesn't matter who you send it to or why. The act alone was enough. Don't worry, and it's not about the money. It's about the metadata. License plate scanners make it worse. Through a $6 million contract with Vigilant Solutions, ICE has access to over 5 billion location records, many provided by local police. More than 80 jurisdictions share data with ICE, even in states that claim to be sanctuary zones. That means your daily commute, parking spots, and road habits are now live trackable. You don't see them, but they see you. You never gave consent, but your license plate did it for you. The link that makes it all possible is the Fusion Center Network. These regional hubs were created to share terrorism intel, but today they act as bridges between local police and federal surveillance systems. An officer in a small town can access DHS immigration data in real time. No warrant, no federal oversight. That's how surveillance moves quietly, not by force, by familiarity. One click, one query, one cop in the middle of nowhere knows where you slept last night. And yes, they're already using it on Americans. In 2019, journalists and activists covering the migrant caravan were flagged in CBP watch lists. Dozens were interrogated, their devices searched, some denied entry across borders. CBP later admitted many of those flagged had no investigative purpose. They weren't criminals, they were reporters, they typed the wrong name, they stood in the wrong place, and the system noticed. If you're wondering whether press freedom still exists, just remember it does, until you land at customs. So what's the pattern? Every tool was introduced for one reason and used for another. Every system built for immigration enforcement now touches American life. You don't have to cross a border. You don't even need to know an immigrant. Just send money to someone, apply for a job, drive to work. That's enough. The system doesn't care what you've done. It cares what you could do. Once your information's collected, your face, your fingerprints, your associations, it never leaves. Can be searched, cross-referenced, or flagged years later without your knowledge. Not because you broke a law, but because the machine needed a match. Apply for a job at Walmart. Your social security number is instantly checked against immigration records, DMV databases, and in some cases, biometric registries, not to arrest you, just to log you. That log never goes away. Then maybe you speak at a protest or buy the wrong book or call the wrong person. Suddenly, something that meant nothing at the time gets pulled. It connects, it activates. That's how predictive surveillance works. It waits. Maybe you felt it already in the moment your phone lags at TSA, the way a random traffic stop feels a little too informed, the weird precision of a job application that knew more than it should. That's not your imagination. That's the so-called border protection infrastructure doing what it was built to do. It was never built to watch them. It was always built to watch you. This is Index Red. No games, no masks, just power documented.